I just don't know what's happening. And all I know is I'm in awe of all these people because they're great players, but most important, they got that. That's what in sport you can't buy. You can have all the training in the world. It's like a fighter that hasn't got a chin. You can't train a chin, and you can't train a heart. You've either got it or you haven't got it. These boys have got it. I'm very proud to be chairman of Leyton Orient Football Club. Not just because we're playing Arsenal. I'm proud of what we've built and I'm proud of what we've got around us. You know, and I know it's all changed. It'll all change. Everything changes. That's important. So for this moment in time, number one team in the bloody world, mate. Never mind about bloody Arsenal.
So, Scott, looking back at that press conference there, what was the media build-up like surrounding the game? And did you really have any other games at Orient like that?
You're on mute.
Good start. Who muted me?
What's going on here?
I definitely didn't have any other games like that at Orient. I've been there a long while, and in between my spells, they'd obviously got to the playoff finals previously and that. But yeah, the build-up was crazy because when we went through the round before, Barry sort of mentioned, look, if you get a big club, we'll have a surprise, this, that, the other. And we got the big club. I mean, we didn't think there could be any bigger as a London club to get Arsenal at the time. Obviously, people will say Man United, Liverpool. But we're Orient. We want a London club. And then the goalpost got changed a little by Barry. It wasn't just get them. It was, oh, no, you need to get them away. And we were like, oh, really? And that's why you see in that clip, he's going, well, if we said if they maybe get to the Emirates, we'll do something. That was him changing the goalpost on us. And we made sure that there was a chance of us getting that surprise. We had a couple of, obviously, targets, get the playoffs, get to the Emirates. But yeah, the build-up was crazy. It was literally training, right, what we're going to do. Training, someone else is out with another crew doing something else. And it wasn't the same sort of 2 or 3 people. It was everyone in the squad was getting sort of a little bit of time with whoever wanted to do the filming that week. The build-up was scary, but good. And you could see what the Premier League boys obviously get used to it. I mean, Charlie's on here now. He'll probably tell you that straight away. But it was definitely different for us. All these people turning up at our Ford training ground, dog and duck, bobbles everywhere, cold showers, and then we've got about 300 crews turning up. All of a sudden, the food went up a bit, by the way. The quality of lunch went up a little bit.
And you touched on Charlie there, obviously gone on to play a lot of Premier League games and teams such as Arsenal. But at the time for you, Charlie, how big a moment was that, listening back to Barry and the way he spoke about the fixture, the presence that Barry has? It must have felt like such a big occasion.
Yeah, it was a big occasion. You just say when he dangles that carrot as well, it's a big thing. And like anyone who wants to play, you know, you want to play against the big teams, you want to test yourself. And for us, it was a great opportunity, especially with us being at home. We always felt we had a chance. We're obviously going to need a bit of luck, but we always felt we had a good team, and on our day we could give anyone a match.
And what was the carrot that Barry dangled in front of you?
Vegas.
What was the
Vegas?
Vegas.
I remember him saying, it was in the change room, and he said, "Look, if we win, then we go to Vegas." And a few of the lads I know, Chorley, Scotty, probably Dawson, there's a few other lads went, no, come on, like, if we get a draw, there's a big incentive for you, money-wise. Like, let's do that. And then he had a little think about it, and then he come around in the end. I think he's easily persuaded when Vegas is involved.
And was he true to his word there, Ben?
Yeah, he certainly was, mate. He was always good like that. I've got to say, the chairman, Barry was good like that. I actually remember me and Dawson, we went and sat in where the training ground was. We used to walk through, and then Nuge and the manager and that used to sit in a little room in the middle. And me and Dawson went in, we was going through the bonus stuff on the paperwork and blah, blah, blah. And this lady called us in and he said about, well, what do you want to do then? We've got Swansea. So if we beat Swansea, and we hadn't really spoke about it. We were just like, look, something's got to be. I remember what they were. Obviously, I won't say them, but we were doubling. And we said, it's got to be a bit more. Like, if we get a Premier League team, it's got to be a big draw. And obviously we beat Swansea away. And then the Arsenal come out. So we were straight on him. As soon as that happened, we was on him, all over him. And I think there was 4 games in between then. So he kept going on about, well, if you go and lose the next 4 games, so we had Sheffield Wednesday, Brighton, we had a few games, and we remained unbeaten, like between the 2 ties. So that was it. Once we knew that we had Arsenal at home, we no matter what happened in the game, we was going to Vegas. I think.
Nice. And looking kind of a bit further ahead to that Vegas trip, are there any memories, any stories that are safe to tell on this Zoom call?
No.
None of it's safe.
Am I on mute?
Right.
Anything we could say on it.
I can't remember getting off the actual plane. Never mind Vegas.
I think the only thing I can say about it is, like you said, he was true to his word, Barry. He was always like that. And like that year, or the end of that season, my contract was up. And he still said, we want you to come. And that was the same for Harry Kane and Tommy Carroll, who was on loan.
Yeah.
He still came as well. And the club still paid for them because they said, no, you were part of that run to go.
Yeah.
But obviously, them 2 boys, they were young at the time and they couldn't exactly enjoy the.
Well, they enjoyed one night. They got into one place.
So they end up playing golf, I think, every day, didn't they? About 6 in the morning, the 2 of them.
Yeah.
But going back to that, what Scotty just said there, I just said to Charlie about going to watch a game, and Andy Edwards was there. He was a youth team coach at the time, and obviously took the job after when we'd all left. And he come, like, so Barry looked after everyone.
The kit man.
Everyone went.
Kit
Yeah.
man, AD come.
Yeah.
How many was there? There must have been lads, about 40 odd there.
We took up the whole like premium economy and got the flight, didn't we? Not first class. He didn't go that far.
More drink. That's all we kept saying to them. I can't even remember getting off that plane.
Well, we said it until they went, there's none left. So then we cognac, didn't we, Charles?
Brilliant.
No, it's good.
Vegas. And looking to more the football side, Steve, we obviously saw Russell Slade sat alongside Barry at that press conference, and you were his skipper at the time. It felt a lot like he really bought into kind of the whole team and everyone involved. And do you feel as though that was a big part of that fixture here?
Yeah, I think he just made everyone. I don't know what the boys thought, but everyone's equal. You know, he always looked after anyone. If you had a problem, just go and see him. There was a bit of togetherness with us. We knew we weren't the best team out there, but even in the league form, even like George was on about there, we always stuck together. We were always the underdogs. Always just, you know, giving each other a little helping hand off the pitch if someone was struggling. Even if that was the case, even in training or in games, Charlie, Scotty up top, there was always players you could turn to say, oh, I'm having a bad game. They'd always help you out. And I think to the togetherness showed throughout the game, throughout that season, everyone together. And the players, the careers they've had as well. It was a great little team, I felt. And that's what I believed got us the replay. And because nobody gave us a chance, like you said, on paper, a few of the boys that were playing, like I said, we shouldn't have really got near them in the game. Took an early lead, didn't they? And then obviously you're thinking, oh, this could be a long 90 minutes. But we stuck in there. Boys at the back defended unbelievably. And then we got a chance then. And like you said, the rest is history, really.
And what was?
Let's have it right. They beat Barcelona on the Wednesday. We played them on a Sunday. On the Wednesday, they beat Barcelona.
Yeah.
And what was Russell's kind of, if any of you can remember, what was his like message before the game from a football point of view? What was his message and his approach to the game in the build-up?
It was always stay in the game for as long as possible. Whoever was playing against, not whether it was Arsenal or something, it was stay in the game, and then if we get a chance, let's take it. You know, in the season, I don't think we ever really got smashed. You know, it was always maybe by 1-2 goals max, but you know, we was on such a run, such a good run. We was full of confidence that even when we did go a goal behind, you know, we never felt we was totally under pressure. We always felt like if we could just stay in the game and get that one chance, and then hopefully we put it away. And thankfully, Jonathan done that.
I think the thing with Russell was he was realistic. We all go there, well, we're going to play our way, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. And Russell didn't. He goes, listen, they're better than us. We try and keep the ball in League One, but they're going to keep it more. We ain't going to see a lot of the ball. But what we're going to do is we're going to go compact. And as much as it was me and Revs as forwards, Revs dropped in and kind of left me as a lone striker almost, sort of in their half on our own. And we just sat back in our shape and said, right, they're not going to open us up. Like Charlie said, it was about staying in the game. It made sure that Chors and Dawson, the gap between them two from defence to midfield wasn't huge, so they could exploit. It meant defensively, Chors to Charlie width-wise wasn't massive, so they could get in behind us or in between us. Stay in the game, and we had probably 2 chances, and one of them was last seconds and Tehoue's back in the box.
I'm sure
being realistic just made it easy for us. This is what we're going to do. We're going to sit in, we're going to sit in, we're going to sit in. And we're going to hope that we get the chance. Because if we get it, we will score. That was what his biggest message was. If we get a chance, we will score.
By the way, they still had like Alex Song, Rashavin, Zicki, Gentner, Gibbs, Hagner. Like, what a bad side.
Well, actually, French international, wasn't he?
Yeah, Song went there after. Mate, I think we'd only lost 1 in 20 games. Like with Huddersfield on the Saturday, Brighton were winning our league by a mile. We drew with them 0-0 away, maybe at home. But
what a try!
Charlie with the strike there, just over. Hey, go on, son.
Hey, that was right, that one, wasn't it?
Comfortable for a Mooney who knows it's going over the ball always.
I don't think I've ever kept Charlie in so much.
I know.
Like he just wanted to start going. He was like, he was left winger, come left back. And I'm Charlie, stay here, son. Wait, get yourself back in here, relax.
Relax, get back in.
Whenever I wanted to run forward, all I heard was Charlie.
Gibbs, oh, what a chance. You have to feel for Shamak.
Oh, I'll tell you what, that was a chance, wasn't it?
Oh,
how did he miss that?
For him at the moment. Yeah, look how contained it is. I mean, it's a bit of width.
Oh, come on.
Really should be scoring there. He's got to go in.
He's
If he's going to run
me.
into that situation, he does the right thing there. But go in with the intent to score.
How was this? How was that 10 years on, lads?
I know.
Yeah, it's unreal, mate, isn't it?
Shot by Bender. Might have another go.
Is everyone watching the Emirates game?
No.
Was it just me?
Nah, that's just you,
I've just seen him score.
Yeah, same there.
Yeah, but the one at the Emirates. The 5-0.
To be fair, Watt, it's some header, isn't it? Some header, that.
That is a good header.
Bender's done well. I mean, they've probed and they've stuck away at it. So many bodies, you can't find a way through. Not going to get one through there, but just eventually stands a little cross up.
Where's he got his hands on his head there, Rev? He was miles away.
Nobody would expect him to score with a header. It needs to be more of a...
Here's the substitute, Tehoue, with that athleticism that you talked about. Oh, I think Almunia might have been beaten if that had been inside the post from Revel.
Revs, give over, man. He loved looking at the bench there, Revs, didn't he?
Whiplash.
Oh, look at him.
He's not looking close.
That's unlucky, that chance.
Yeah, wasn't a bad effort, was it?
Midfield get close and get tight. They allowed them to make those passes, content that they were still kept their shape at the back. Carroll. Midfield get close and get tight. They allowed them that room to make those passes.
Here's the goal.
Content
You on
that
the
they were still kept their shape at the back.
Carroll. Jonathan Tehoue. Capable of anything. Tehoue! Equaliser for Leyton Orient! And it's the player from the French 4th Division who has hauled Arsenal in. Barry leading the celebrations. And the noise reverberating all the way from here to the Olympic Stadium.
88 minute, boys. I didn't know it was that late. 88
A bit
minute,
of
wasn't it?
individualism, a little bit of difference. The substitute, the man that's famed for his late scoring here, does very well. He takes a chance. Rather than pass it, he goes in between. Quick footwork, a fierce shot, and it beats the goalkeeper Almunia through his legs. Got through brilliantly. Power beat the keeper.
What a moment for a player from the shadows of professional football.
The atmosphere looked electric. It was a packed out Brisbane Road. You boys must have all been absolutely buzzing and the adrenaline was pumping as well, I'm sure.
Yeah, I think I was saying to the boys there as well. I remember every sort of even attack we done, we just felt them screaming, shouting for us all throughout the game. Like every little thing we done, they were right behind us from the first minute to the last minute, and just to stay behind us. And I just remember half of Ireland up in the stand there. Probably that drunk didn't even remember what time it was in the game, but when the goal went in, special moments and sort of stuff you remember for the rest of your life. Really looking back on it there, even 10 years on, it's still a great achievement with all the boys that was there as well. People feeling to get the draw.
And there was an early sight from yourself as well, Charlie, from a fair way out. Were you desperate to get on the score sheet that day?
Yeah, I think everyone was. You know, if anyone got the chance, it was they want to take it because it's such a big game. But I remember we worked on that corner. We've done that a few times during the season. And say it was a close one, but yeah, unfortunately, it was just a little bit too high.
And we heard you there in the post-match, Ben, say about how Russell's message was to just stay in it, try and nick a goal. Did you have much of a riveting team talk at half-time? Did Russell get you going, or was it more just to keep you all kind of firmly grounded on the floor?
No, well, I'll go back to what Scotty said earlier. We'd been through games, like Charlie said, where we was always in games, 0-0s, 1-1s. We'd won games really well, especially at home that season. We won 4 against Sheffield Wednesday. Like we were scoring goals. Bristol Rovers, building. I think the week before we played Bristol Rovers and scored 4. So we was happy at the stadium. Like we knew that we was pretty much unbeatable at that time. And all that week, I think we played on a Sunday. I might be wrong, but I'm sure it was a Sunday. We just worked on sort of 2 banks of 5. Really, it was when they said when they had the ball, just come in our half. Just block out as much as you can. We almost played. Sort of, it was like no strikers and just stay in the game. And it was, we was always confident we could nick a goal. So at half time, it was just we're doing exactly what we planned, and we will get a chance. You always get one chance per 45 minutes. You'll always get a chance. Might be half, but if you take it. So I know it sounds boring, but it was going to plan, to be honest. So there weren't much to say.
And the man who took that chance, John Tehoue, he's just joined the chat, making a late substitute appearance. John, can you...
Where is he? If he comes on and he's got hair, I'm not having it.
He's on, son. He's no hair.
Oh, he can't hear us.
He can't hear a thing. He doesn't know what's going on, this fella. Look at him. He doesn't know what's going on. He's on this mobile phone now, chatting French to God knows who. Look at him. I tell you what, Chris.
I've come on too early.
Where is he?
You got to scroll across.
There
he is.
He's just getting his mic working. So looking into the second half then, and as it was 0-0, but it wasn't 0-0 for very long. It was Rosicky who put Arsenal ahead 8 minutes into the second half. Did any of you have the feeling that they could potentially start to run away with it, or were things still pretty level at the time?
I think, if I remember rightly, it was Shamak. He had a great chance. It rolled across the box about 6 yards out, and I don't know if it bobbled up on him and he missed it, or he just missed it, but that was the one. I mean, I remember sitting there or standing there going, we've got away with that, because 2-0, you could almost say, no, we ain't coming back from that. The longer we could keep it 1-0, then we could start gambling, because with 10 minutes ago, you got to get back in the game at 1-0 down, and we knew that. So we could gamble, but it was making sure it was still only 1. And him missing that, I think, give us all a little bit more belief to just keep going. Just keep doing the game plan's working, as Chor said. Just keep at the game plan. Don't gamble too early. Don't go for it too early. Let's just get the game plan to where we said we'd want to get it to. And like I say, him missing that gave us a bit more belief. And then John come on, like I say, great little touch around 2 players and a good finish. With 2 minutes to go, it was almost perfect timing. There was still a bit of a sweat on with, like Dawson saying, he didn't realise it was that late. On the bench at the time, then it felt like there was an eternity still to go when we scored, because it was still 2 minutes plus injury time. And for someone like me sitting on the bench, that was an eternity.
And Arsenal didn't play it really safe. If you look at some of the names that started and on the bench, you had Alex Song, Sanya, you had Arshavin, even Rosicky, and then on the bench you've got Fabregas, Clichy, some really big names. Coming up against League One Leyton Orient, they didn't take it too easy, but was there an element at all of these big Premier League stars on the same pitch? Was that something that you faced?
I think for me, the only one I didn't recognise was the centre half, the Spanish lad,
young lad Miguel, was it?
Young lad, yeah, Miguel was it? Yeah,
Miguel, yeah.
He was the only name I didn't know, and I'm an Arsenal fan, and he was the only name I didn't know. All the others had played in the first team regular that season. Yeah, they might not have been your Fabregas, your Van Persies and Wiltshire's at the time who were the big name stars, but these had all played that year regular. So that was a strong team. And as George said, they just beat Barcelona, and some of them had played in that.
And I saw you shaking your head there, Ben. There was no kind of stage fright or anything at all with these big names to come up against?
I've got to say, I can only go off the confidence at the time. Like I said, we'd lost 1 in 20 odd games. At League One then, at that time, Sheffield Wednesday, Sheffield United, Charlton, Millwall, who else we had? Huddersfield, Brighton, Southampton. Like, it was a proper league. So you was going to these stadiums and we was never, ever getting turned over or beat. So, not just saying, at that time, we used to play a bit lopsided anyway. I'm making fun of it, but I would be telling Charlie after 10 minutes, stay in here for a little while, because it'd be another left winger. And Coxey used to roll in. So we would play lopsided. So Coxey would roll in, Jimmy would bomb on, and then Dawson would bomb on. So we was an attacking team. So I honestly never thought at that time. I think Jason Crowe played that day. I think Slady brought Crowe in on the right of midfield. Yeah. So it was almost like Wing and Crowe was 2 right backs. And our side, obviously, Charlie and Coxey were up and down.
Yes, John.
Hey.
Here he is.
Okay, guys. Here he is, Jonathan.
Right. What's happening? We've been sleeping in the gym.
It's happening. Long time, guys.
Hey,
how are you, Ben? You're right.
You look a bit small,
mate.
in the gym, lad.
Scott, you're right.
Good, John, you.
You're right, guys.
All good, John.
Okay, cool. Chaz.
Yo.
Chaz, you good?
I'm all good, mate. Yeah, you?
Yeah, not too bad.
Were you in Paris?
Yes, I am. Yes, indeed.
Okay.
Well, you've joined us at the perfect time, John. We're just coming on to your goal, and obviously you came on as a late substitute in this game against Arsenal. What was your...
As usual at the time. As usual.
You've made another great late...
Getting hat-trick every week, like Droysdale.
They couldn't afford your wage. That's what it was. They couldn't afford to get you on the pitch.
Dawson.
Barry Hayne, bro.
It's good to see you guys. It's good to see you guys. You all look great. Good to see you.
And you, mate. And you.
And you, Paul. And you.
And so, John, if you remember back 10 years ago for that game against Arsenal, it was such a massive game for the club. But what was your feeling sat on the bench watching it all unfold, coming on so late on?
To be honest, I knew I didn't really have the confidence, the trust of the manager. So all I wanted to do is just help the team as much as I could for the little time they gave me. So, attends bébé, papa il est au téléphone. Tu montes là-haut, papa il est au téléphone. D'accord?
Just switch from English to French like that. Brilliant.
Yeah. As I said, I tried to do my part to help the team, and it was a great team performance. And unfortunately, we couldn't do it again on the second game. Unfortunately,
not quite. But the game here was good enough. And Ben, looking back at that winning goal, would you say that it was yourself that started off that build-up play with your football?
No, I don't know why I was that far up the pitch. Like, I've got to be honest, but it was just a quick free kick, wasn't it? Just give it to the boys that could play. You know what I mean? Just get it started quick. There was no point in it. you know what? It's unusual. Normally, especially League One, we would all go into the box and someone would lump it in, and we'd all go up for it. But that season, we was passing it, we was popping it, we was, you know, so we was used to just spotting it and playing. So that's maybe why. And then away we went, and then Jonathan done the rest.
He did, and then the scenes that unfolded after that, Charlie, with Russell losing his hat down the touchline, the ground erupted, and everyone on the flat. That must have been such an amazing feeling.
Looking to me, yeah?
Yeah, or yeah.
So, listen, guys, listen. I really apologize. Sorry for my English, but it's a long time I haven't been practicing my English. I'm back in France now. So sorry, lads. If I'm a bit slow to understand and everything, I'm sorry.
A bit better than my French, I know.
But to be honest, that was a great experience. Like overall, it was a very great experience. As Ben said earlier, like we're just used to really pass the ball, with the ball keep moving, and keep the ball from the back, and not just kick and rush. It was like passing. We were just used to pass the ball and move around. So it was just we didn't have time to calculate. No calculation. We just played, basically.
And Steve, what do you remember from the scenes that unfolded afterwards with the celebrations that you saw and in the dressing room as well? What really sticks with you?
Yeah, I think when he came in and he sort of confirmed we were going Vegas, I think that's when it all erupted with the end, when everyone got on top. I'm sure I seen even Eddie Hearn jump involved, and everyone was just involved. And then sort of after just getting him to meet the family, all the family, friends were all there. I remember going upstairs to the lounge and everyone together, and it was just a great experience. I had a lot of family over at church, everyone's family, friends, kids, everyone was there. I remember that for a long time as well. To the togetherness, the laugh we had after the game, and just like I said, the night in general, even after, not that I can remember much of it, but the night that led into it as well, special times. Really enjoyed it.
And Charlie, obviously set up that tie at the Emirates. What was the feel around the camp, knowing that you had that big replay fixture to look forward to?
Yeah, you know, just going to the Emirates is a special occasion, especially for us. I mean, for us, the FA Cup, the run that we went on from the first round, going up north, playing on a pitch that was, it shouldn't have been played. It was so icy, it was slipping. I think the only reason it was played because it was on TV. Salvaging a 1-1 draw. I think Scotty scored that day, didn't you?
I did, but they never give it to me because it hit the post and hit the keeper and went in. I never got given it.
And then coming back and then being 2-0 down, and then 2-2 right at the end, and then scoring 6 in extra time. I think it was.
I think it was a Tehoue hat-trick in that one. There was,
Jonathan.
There was a couple of hat-tricks.
Again. Even Scott too. I think Scott had a hat-trick as well that day. I think.
I kind of nicked your fourth, John, for my hat-trick.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, so going.
Charlie says that round was unbelievable. We played on an ice rink, which was as hard as a car park. 1-1, and then the second lot, we're 2-0 down against Droylsden. We've got a man sent off.
No, we had 2. Me and Dawson.
I had one, then we got another one.
Celebrating, and he gave me a yellow card, and I got sent. My second yellow got sent off.
And next thing you know, I think there was 5 sent off, 2 from each of us on the pitch, because one of them absolutely annihilated Mpoku. He tore it.
Yeah, Paul come on and absolutely.
Got him a new one. He tortured the right back, and the right back, you could see the head loss, the red mist. Yeah, I don't care. I'm taking you out. Then their manager got sent off as well, and then, like you say, 2 hat-tricks in extra time. It was unbelievable.
To be honest, Charlie, we were bad that first game as well. In Dawson, remember away how bad we played? We were terrible. How we even got the 1-1 draw, I still don't even know to this day. We were so bad that game.
Like Charlie said, though, it was only ever played because it was live on telly. And it was a non-league team getting the money. That was the only reason it was played. It should never have been played.
Who did we have in the second round?
Norwich.
Yeah.
They were the second round.
Jimmy got the goal, didn't he? Jimmy got the goal at Norwich.
Yeah, Jimmy got the goal there, and he got
Jimmy got the goal. The header, was it all?
Yeah, so we played Dagenham first round.
Yes.
Then we played Dawson. Then it was Norwich, then Swansea, wasn't it?
Norwich and Swansea, yeah. So to go through that.
Swansea away and all, both of them away.
Yeah. So to go through them rounds and then get rewarded playing at the carpet that is the Emirates, you know, it was a great occasion for everyone, and you know, especially for the fans as well. You know, we took so many fans away there, and you know, they didn't stop cheering from minute 1 to minute 90. So it was a special day, apart from the result, obviously, which wasn't great.
And 10 years on from that run, I'll open it up to all of you. What did you take from that FA Cup run and that fixture against Arsenal? What did you take with you onto the kind of the next stage of your career? Start with Charlie.
I'll go first because I took near enough retirement onto it because I was finishing there. But for me, it was just playing at the Emirates. My two boys, we're Arsenal family. They're watching. After the game, my uncle is a season ticket holder, and he phoned me to tell me that it was great to see me on the field now. And he goes, it's actually funny because I got subbed around 65 or something, and he stood up to clap me. Next to him had a go at him going, what are you clapping him for? He's one of theirs. I think we're 3-0 down by now, so it's not like it's close. And he went, that's my nephew. And then all of a sudden, this fella stood up and started clapping. He went, oh, yeah, oh, fair enough, fair enough. So for me, just things like that are unreal. You don't hear about that. It's a family thing. But yeah, my boys seeing me on the Emirates pitch, them being mascots. I mean, Charlie walked out with my eldest Jack. I walked out with my youngest Harry at the home game. I think the home game, and Chores will be up there with me, same as Dawson. I think I had 65 tickets for the home game. And I think I had 55 for the away game because I had a few season ticket holders who didn't need them. But all the season ticket holders were supporting us. They're Arsenal fans, but they were supporting us. They said, no, we just wanted you to win. That was a great, especially the atmosphere of the home game. They said it was frightening.
Yeah. Anyone else like to add anything before we wrap up?
At that time, look, for me, I look at that team, and at that time, apart from Scotty, what he's just said, Scotty and probably Jason Crowe, everyone was sort of a good age. You know what I mean? I think after that, everyone went on easily another 5, 6, 7 years of a career, and obviously Charlie's still playing. So I think it was just at that moment in time, for 18 months to 2 seasons, we played together a lot. Very rarely anyone got injured. And we just had a good mix. We had a good size in the team. We had good ages. There was a togetherness. And you hear that it's the same thing that people say whenever someone or a team does well as a collective. But we did. There was a lot of players in their prime. We've been on a good run, and we did it. There was men in the team. You know, we dug each other out. We told each other the truth. We had 3 brilliant loan signings from Tottenham, but all 3 of them, but very, very good players. And it was just a perfect mix, I think, at that time. So that's what I take away from it. Do you know what? And it's tinged with a little bit of disappointment because I think we could have gone all the way that year, playoff-wise and bits and pieces. But the FA Cup run was to come from like Dagenham and draws and typical rubbish games, so to speak, to start the cup with, to go to Norwich away, Swansea away. We was brilliant at Norwich, but as a team, we was brilliant. 1-0, and we was comfortable in the game. And they were, excuse my language, they was like murdering the league above, like winning it by a long way at that time. So yeah, it was just a real good moment. You look back on, and yeah, it's great to see all the boys in there.
So John, obviously a lot of the Orient fans this Saturday will be calling it the Tehoue day with that goal scored. Obviously Orient fans probably haven't seen much of you since that period you had at the club. What would be your message to the fans?
I would tell them that that period of my career is still special to me. I've got special love for the club. Me being away from my family in the UK, I had the chance. I had the chance to be in a family club, a small club, a club where they would look after you, where your teammates will help you whenever they can. So that's always going to be good memories from Orient. Always.
Cheers, John. Well, have a good night, lads, and thanks for joining us again.
Cheers, Take care, guys. Take care. Nice to see you guys.
Thank you. God bless. See you, boys.
John.
Yes. Yes, Big Charles. Big Charles.
What are you up to, mate?
Big Chorley.
What are you up to?